This is the show where we spotlight the mocks of the community to give you inspiration and ideas. And now every 10th episode we exclusively showcase mocks that were submitted by you guys. But I want to give this one little extra twist. All of these Bionicle creations today, well, they're actually going to be Hero Factory themed creations. And you better believe that when I say Hero Factory, that's going to include the amazing Core Hunter. Now actually we got 2 incredible Core Hunter mocks to show off today. So stay tuned to see both of those guys. Let's dive in. Our first Core Hunter mock, it was built by BioSkrull97. Oh, I do love this. What a fun idea to add on a large scorpion tail. It's quite a simple and fun way to spice up this design just that little bit more. Now, if we put this mock side by side with the original Core Hunter set, we can see that the claw weapon that was on his arm is missing, but it's been replaced with some cool looking red lasers. Yeah, I think that still feels like a very fitting weapon for him, but I do miss those claws. I always had this mental image that he would be using them to rip out other heroes' cores, which seems so crucial for this character, right? I mean, his name is literally Core Hunter. Well, I guess with this tail, perhaps he could stab heroes in the heart and then rip out their core with the tail. Then he can add them to his collection, I like that. The new additions on this mock, they still feel sinister and menacing. And I can also see the logic of how it would be used for all of his psychopathic needs. And man, this digital render with those glowing eyes, it's some creepy stuff. Core Hunter, man. He's such a scary and awesome looking villain. NEREDMOX is up next, and they've built a posable 2.0 hero body. And dude, this is super posable. Just scrolling through some of these shots, you can see how effortlessly this design can flex, move, and pose. It's a thing of beauty. And hey, a really posable design like this, I think it adds so much character and personality to your creation. Yeah, because looking at these photos, I instantly get the sense that this dude is good at his job, he's very well trained, he's also incredibly fit and very agile. And that's dope. I don't have to read any backstory to understand that, I can just see it. In this house, we stan a good posable mock. Now, a nice black and white color scheme here with some hints of lime. It's quite stripped back and simple, nothing too flashy. But hey, sometimes a nice classic and straightforward color scheme like this, that's exactly what you need. And I love this handheld blaster, especially when he's got 2 of them, dual wielding for the win. And man, you don't see too many Hero Factory mocks that are holding this large shield element, because that came on Furno XL and we didn't really see it too much as a shield. But how good does it look? Dude, this is the best. I kind of want to see him fight Core Hunter, that would be a cool fight. Up next is a creation from Taxpayer101, and in the email they said they didn't have a name for this character yet, and so they wanted me to make a few suggestions. I suggest that he is Devo, brother of Evo. So we've got a sick-looking robotic hand, which begs the question, if a Hero Factory hero loses an arm, can they just go back to the Hero Factory and get it replaced with a normal arm? Or is that too complicated? Can they just not get it fixed and they need some kind of prosthetic arm? Because that would still be robotic, right? It's interesting. Or, but maybe, because we can see some of these handcuffs on his hands here that have been ripped apart. Maybe Devo, brother of Evo, he was once a hero, but he turned into a villain after losing his arm. And so now he can't go back to Hero Factory to get that thing replaced, so he had to upgrade it himself. That could be cool. Look, a nice asymmetrical hand design like this, it looks sick. Isn't it interesting that just giving your mock some kind of physical quirk or a really interesting physical element, it just makes it so easy to write a backstory for them. And hey, backstories can be a really important part of any Bionicle or Hero Factory creation. KiZN Builds has made Thunder, but they've made him more scorpion-shaped. Wow, I totally featured 2 scorpion-themed Hero Factory villains in the same episode. I honestly did not intend to do that. Wow. Anyway, giving a villain a series of spiked legs and a tail with a weapon on it, it is pretty sick. The vibe just screams villain. And 3 blasters? 2 on his hands, and 1 on the tail. I mean, I get the sense that Thunder just went back to Villain Factory and he was like, hey, deck me out and make me a living weapon. And this is how he ended up. Nice use of some of these silver Rakshi back pieces on the legs. The curve that creates just looks smashing. And then doubling up some of your Hero Factory limbs to create this scorpion tail. Not only does that look good, but it's also just a very sturdy design. Fantastic. Over to MangyMovi. And this mock is currently unnamed, so if you've got some suggestions for what you think it could be called, let the builder know in the comments below. Dude, this works really well as a toxic waste themed bad guy. Because looking at the back, as well as the head, and just all of the areas where there's either green or trans-green pieces, it really looks like their body is mutated by some kind of poison or toxic waste. That idea is especially clear here on the knees. See how they're using these kind of crystal-like pieces that appeared on Pahatu Unita's legs? In this context, they look less like crystals and more like bubbling ooze or mutated skin. Nice part use. Although this head design though, using Liwa Unita's mask and flipping it over, I never would have thought that the silver area on the top of his mask would look so good representing teeth. Honestly, really smart move there. That's great thinking. And then big claws on one hand, a blaster arm on the other. This mock rules. Keeping the villain vibes going, we have an unexpected villain. It's Evil Surge. And this was built by Frye the Skull. Yeah, the idea of heroes going rogue, that's always going to be cool. Honestly, even the idea of villains becoming heroes, that's also a good idea. And hey, seeing Surge with his breakout color scheme of lime and blue, it really looks good when you add a bunch of gunmetal pieces on top of that. Isn't that interesting? That's really all you need to do to turn a hero into a bad guy. Change the color of their eyes to be red or orange, and give them a bunch of dark armor. Then you get the job done, and they're gonna look evil. The Lightning Blaster is also a really fun advancement on the traditional electricity-based weaponry that Surge often has. Nice. Jack Kenny has built Recon Specialist Rocker. Mate, heroes with big blasters, especially more realistic-looking blasters. It's always a vibe. It just works. And I quite like these goggles that they've added on top of Rocker's face. I think these work well because, you know, they look cool, but also because in the breakout wave of sets, Rocker did have a scope eye on his mask, but that was then removed from his mask on the Brain Attack wave of sets. And that's because he had that visor going over the top of his mask, so he didn't really have space for that anymore. But there's no reason he can't have goggles or other kind of eyewear, so why not add your own? It just feels right. There's just something about that, man. It's cool. Oh, and if you're interested, here's a closer look at the frame for this mock. It's a nice custom design, and that always allows for further customization than you'd probably get with your more prefab torso and limb pieces. Always good to see. And finally, it's Core Hunter 2 Electric Boogaloo. But technically, this is Headhunter, and it's built by the All-Seeing Eye. So this mock is creating some of the prototype designs that we originally saw for Core Hunter. You can see the prototype right here. I'll do a little side-by-side. The prototype had this belt of hero heads in white that was strapped onto the torso, giving the idea that Core Hunter, instead of taking cores, would decapitate the heroes and wear them on his body. This is terrifying. This dude is crazy. But hey, that's why everyone likes Core Hunter. He's this outlier. He's this terrifying, evil, dark character. And he's got a cool-looking Black Ops night vision goggle mask. Every square inch of this dude is cool. But hey, everything you love about Core Hunter, they turned that up to 11 on this prototype. I'm sure the designers were like, yeah, Jim, this is really cool, but this is a kid's toy. We're gonna have to tone this down a little bit. But there's no reason you can't build it yourself with existing pieces, much like the All-Seeing Eye has done. I mean, heck, using these orange Nex 2.0 helmets for knee pads? Great design. And as much as I like the red and black color scheme that the original set has, orange and black does look pretty good too. Also, great idea to build mocks based off of concept art. I actually did a few videos in the past talking about a lot of the Hero Factory concept art or prototype models and different things, so maybe taking a look at those old designs could give you some inspiration for your next Hero Factory build. Or you could just do what the All-Seeing Eye has done and just straight up recreate the design with modern pieces. I'll have a link to some of those prototype videos in the description below if you want to check them out. Hey, it's great to see multiple different takes on Core Hunter. He's the best. And it's great to see all kinds of different heroes and villains in today's episode. Now, like I said, this was a fan-submitted mock episode, so every single mock you saw was submitted either by the original builder or someone else who really liked what they built. If you want to submit some mocks to be featured on the show, you can do so by submitting them to the submission email. It's on your screen right now, and it's also in the description below. Send me an email with images, links, or any other important information that you think needs to be there. Send it my way, and I'll do my best to feature it in a future episode. Also, be sure to check the links in the description below. You'll see more from the builders that I highlighted today. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.